This is the second International Musical Instrument Seminar, and I'm very pleased to see our esteemed panel and all of the participants today. So, this year's theme for the seminar is Bridge the Gap from Concept to Market. But also when we talk about bridge the gap from concept to market is, remember one of the objectives of this whole project is to create jobs, to create revenue for the area as well. And so business startups are very important. So I'm also happy to welcome, for example, Josek and Tekis, two of the organizations in this area that help with funding and business startups.
Yeah, who knows Willie Nelson? So Willie Nelson is a pretty popular country American roots star who you probably know for being busted for smoking pot. But really, he travels in his bus with biodiesel. He's very much in the green movement. I was frankly a little bit surprised that he would, he's not going to put down his guitar with a hole in it because that is him. Trigger is the name of his guitar. But at the same time, why would he even allow a partnership with an Asian-made instrument? Because he's kind of Captain America. And the reason simply is not only that this is an instrument that has a backstory that he can sign on to in terms of its responsible origins, but also, if you can't beat him, join him. I think he understands that we're trying to do something right with fair labor, with sustainable products and all that kind of stuff, and that if you don't support organizations like Martin, like us, if there were to be a Gibson FSC certified instrument, and have people purchase that or tell people to purchase that or tell dealers that you want that, then it's not going to be built.
The best shops will survive. We've got a recession on, as you know, in the United Kingdom, very, very low sales. I have some shops are making double-digit percentage increases on the year, and there's good reasons why they're doing that. So there is a future for a bricks and mortar shop if it is run for today's customer and in a modern business-like way.
Does everybody here know what OEM stands for? It's Original Equipment Manufacturer. That means, let's say, Rounau builds a guitar. Tim Martin builds a guitar. Flaxwood makes a component for them, let's say the fingerboard. Martin or Rounau would be considered the OEM, the original equipment manufacturer, and Flaxwood would supply a part to them. So when Neil's referring to OEMs, many of the companies in China, that's what they do. They produce instruments for other manufacturers or for other distributors.
I'm very excited, as I think Tim said he was, about the NFC products, selfishly for violin family instruments, because as we all know, ebony is running it's very, very scarce. The prices may go up 5 times from what they are now. And if we get part of that business, and then eventually more and more, and we're the first with that product, it'll put Finland on the map as a musical instrument OEM supplier as well as finished goods.
This new material is extremely interesting from a design point of view. I don't think people realize how you can influence music itself. We can create a whole new sound with it.
Just a quick comment on the naming. We actually sat down for half a year with a branding consultant and really thought it out, not just regarding the musical instruments, but the natural fiber composite itself in also other products. And 2 things that we decided not to do is call it wood.
Yeah.
And also not to sort of surf on the trend of being environmentally friendly or being green or any of those things that will eventually pass. Since we're talking business to business, we need to make a good product that really delivers what it promises.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shoot down the line and basically ask you to summarize for me what have you got out of the last 3 days, really?
So, first of all, it was just a great experience to come over here and meet everyone involved in the project. I met a lot of folks in the Frankfurt show, but to come see the process, at the factory really has impressed upon me the value of the material, and has gotten me very excited about really diving into it and testing it out fully. It was also great meeting some new associates and colleagues here. You know, I really feel like we've developed a bond, and hopefully that continues over the years. I think there's value in sharing, you know, what we can throughout the industry. It was also interesting seeing some of the newer technologies throughout the presentations during the week, and just overall learned a lot. So I really do appreciate being here.
I learned a lot as well, and I'm more excited now than before about the project and the new materials. I'd like to see, if we do this again, in addition to the student audience, get some more of the major manufacturers in the audience, more even music dealers, educators, anybody involved with making music, so we can educate the people as to what we're doing. That's, the word education keeps coming up, and I don't want to get in any trouble here, but there's a conference coming up in Tallinn in a couple of weeks, and I really feel that we should have a representative there, because you've got people from all over the world that don't have a clue about this material, that are involved in music education, and it would be a terrific opportunity just to give them a piece of paper with what we're doing and meet, greet, and get the word out.
First, I want to thank TONIC for inviting me here as well. It's been very give and take for me. I hope that from the various perspectives that I and the various panelists here have presented, from the forestry side of it, from the Asian side of it, from the UK side of it, from one of the oldest to the oldest acoustic guitar manufacturer, etc. All of our perspectives have helped you and the other people that can't hear any of this, a perspective on what's going on in the whole world, and how you as builders or designers, developers, investors can find a meaningful role in that, and how within the way all the cogs work together, you can find your fit in terms of, you know, taking this class, getting a 4-year degree, and where you might be able to take that as a designer or a builder, etc. I hope that's been useful and interesting to you, and if you should do that again next year, to kind of continue that idea, because it's all, the more you can communicate with the distributors, the retailers, the manufacturers, the suppliers, the more what you're doing is relevant. For me, meeting people that I haven't met before has been wonderful, and then also just to revisit the state of the nation. As Walden was presented this material, I think a couple years ago, and found it very problematic. And we just walked away kind of from that with various other projects to undertake. And I'm very happy to see that it has moved quite a long way from then, such that there is the potential to receive samples for guitar components that I'm personally interested in, and products that relate to some of the other things that we build, that actually can support some of the kind of Northern European economies. For example, marimba keys for Majestic. This material is very appropriate as a potential to be considered in partnership with, say, for example, FRP, fiberglass resins. And then, for example, the speaker enclosure soapstone stuff for drums, drum shells for the Mapex drums, and perhaps a whole set. I don't know. But there are lots of opportunities that I personally would not have been aware of unless I was invited here. And so I feel more honored than, and hopefully I've contributed in equal part. Yeah.
I think for me, I'd never been to Finland before, so I had no idea there were only 5 million people in this country. But equally, I had no idea that this is the most highly educated country in the European Union. And I've been quite impressed with the professionalism of so many students I've met while I've been here. So it has been a pleasure for me to come here, and as Celia assured me this morning, I was eating smoked reindeer, was it? As far as the conference, I get it. My mind is working around what we need to do to facilitate this, because this industry will put every barrier possible in the way of stuff like this. It just does. And for me, it's thinking about how we get the right people meeting the right people, getting you to the right events, getting the publicity and awareness about what's going on here, because we've got a product. There's no doubt we've got a product, but selling the product is the challenge now, and selling it fast before it's too late. So, yeah, I'm there.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a brilliant experience coming here, mainly because as a designer, it's gotten me more enthusiastic about the material. It is actually a very, very interesting material, because it has very, very unique qualities, and I'm excited how that can translate to new sound, new music, and creating a whole new movement in sound. I think that is the potential of this material, and it's been great to meet some great speakers, and I've learned so much more about the material. Thank you very much.
I want to take the opportunity, first of all, to thank my colleagues, several of whom I've had the pleasure of working with in my career. I think we all have an incredible opportunity ahead of us, but we have to really continue to move forward. We can't let it lay dormant. We were here in November of last year for the first seminar, and we've got an incredible opportunity ahead of us if we can collectively continue to work forward with taking what we've learned here and spreading the word with some of the organizations, both private and public, that have gotten involved here. So again, my thanks to everybody for a very, very enjoyable seminar, and I look forward to moving this into the next realm.
Here's to next time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.